Mic check, mic check.
Yeah, okay. Let's leave it on right now.
You get to turn yours on too. Dawn at the podium.
Yeah, we're behind in rainfall though. I'm a gardener, so I'm happy it's raining.
I can respect that.
I know. Well, I called him about it and he said that he was gonna be online and I didn't have to worry about it.
I mean, I know what the grant, I mean, I know what the program's for, but he wanted me to talk about something specific. He didn't send it, so that's on him. How are you, Mr. Gordy? You're up there now.
Well, we used to sit next to each other.
I know. You won't be on the list to speak now.
I know.
I know.
I lost my lectern and traded it in for a disc.
Y'all, please don't get me started with that.
Oh, that means during, oh, Sheila, that means during executive session, she will be here.
We're watching everything we do. happen.
Well, the big question is, what's the match? That's always the question. What?
Try to trick me. I'm not sponsored by Pink Lemonade.
We can hear you. Not really, no.
Everybody's gone.
No, I had, I don't know, maybe I put it in the truck and melted.
You sure you're not gonna change your mind?
I thought she was talking to me. I was like, I'm in my reserved seat.
Okay, seeing we have a quorum, I will call to order the City of Kema City Council and Kema Public Facilities Corporation. And first thing on our agenda are the pledges. Sylvia's being stubborn. She used to always do our pledges. All right. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one indivisible.
Next on the agenda is a moment of silence. And next on the agenda is invitation to address council, and the first one on the list is Sylvia Streeter.
May I speak from here?
Yes, ma'am. Just talk loud enough they can hear you.
My teacher voice.
Yes, your teacher voice.
I wanted to say to each of you serving that I appreciate you being in this place right now. And I have a little bit of advice for you. I would say remain a public servant and do not become a politician that plays games. Thank you.
And next on the list is Cheryl Gonzalez. And Ms. Gonzalez, just make sure the mic is on.
The green light's on.
Is it green?
Says green. I mean,
Okay.
it's showing green.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, this is something I feel we've needed in a long time in Kema, and I've mentioned it before, and that is we need some kind of a siren in view of what happened on the Guadalupe River and just where we sit here at Galveston County, which was the worst flood in the history of our country, a 1900 flood. We need a siren. It's very low tech. I don't know why we don't have it. They've brought them, taken them out. People have said that it's because they test them at noon and it bothers people's sleep who are sleeping late on Saturdays. I don't know, but I can't see, not everybody's cell phone is on or charged up. And so you don't get these, sometimes you don't get these notifications. Tornado, the same thing. I was watching the tornado as it came up the 45, and it was headed right over here to Shore Acres, and it veered off and it went up to Deer Park and did some good, pretty good damage at Deer Park a couple of years ago. But it was headed right here from the 45 between Kemah and Shore Acres. Why do we not have a siren? Is it so expensive? I mean, this area, I don't know how many acres Kemah is to be covered by a siren. How many acres is it? I don't know. But are they really expensive? What is the reason we don't have one? I'm not sure. I've always wondered, maybe somebody could take it on. Maybe the fifth graders at Stewart Elementary could take it on as a project or something. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we're not allowed to speak back. We're not ignoring any of you when you address us during opening comments. Next, we have proclamations, presentations, and awards, and we have a proclamation tonight recognizing National Public Works Week. So, guys.
I know those guys.
National Public Works Week proclamations, May 17th through 23rd. Rooted in service and powered by community. Whereas public works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and to public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of the city of Kemah. And whereas these infrastructure, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals, who are engineers, managers, and employees at all levels of government and the private sector, who are responsible for rebuilding, improving, and protecting our nation's transportation, water supplies, water treatment, and solid waste systems, public buildings, and other structures and facilities essential for our citizens. And whereas it is in the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and children in the city of Kemah to gain knowledge of and maintain an ongoing interest in understanding of the importance of public works and public works programs in the respective communities. Whereas the year 2026 marks the 66th Annual National Public Works Week, sponsored by the American Public Works Association. Be it now, therefore I, Mayor Robin Collins, do hereby proclaim the week of May 17th through 23rd, 2026 as National Public Works Week in the city of Kemah, and encourage all residents to recognize the important work of the Public Works Department and join in celebrating their contributions to our community. In witness whereof, I have hereto set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Kemah to be affixed this 28th day of May 2026. Thank you all very much.
And they like cookies.
Thank you so much. Very, very much. Great job wrangling everybody.
One more with the proclamation.
Yeah, let me take the glasses off. Don't want to reflecting.
They said I can smile.
Thank you so much.
That is my smile.
We're proud of y'all.
Good job.
Thank you. Okay, next we have the mayor comments. I just want to welcome our newly appointed council members that were sworn in at a ceremony prior to this meeting today, and we look forward to working with them. Shalia and Rob, glad you're with us. You'll also notice that we're missing several tonight. Councilman Darren Broadus and our city administrator, Cesar Garcia, are both representing KCDC at a national trade show in an attempt to recruit new restaurants and amusements and retail amenities for Kemah. and Councilman Wallace is out of town, but I do think Caesar was able to log in, so hopefully he'll be able to talk if we need to talk to him tonight. Last week, we celebrated the National Police Week with our Kemah Police Department. We are extremely grateful for the work of Chief Garibay and his team in keeping the community safe. And as you just saw, it's National Public Works Week. A huge thanks to our Public Works Director, Rayshard Loftus, and his team for all the work that goes into keeping everything beautiful, the parks, the public spaces, and everything in Kemah. And also things running smoothly. When we have 4th of July parade, a lot of preparation goes into that, and they do a great job at being organized with that. The Kemah Boardwalk announced the construction of their newest attraction, the Boardwalk Bay Water Park. That's a lot to put in my mouth. It's set to open 2027. It features new family-friendly attractions, and the construction is not expected to impact any of the existing rides and restaurants that are open at this time while they're putting it together. Also, city staff has started planning for the city's annual 4th of July parade. As you all know, that is a huge event, and we anticipate even more visitors this year because 2026 marks the 250th anniversary of our country. And this year's theme for the parade will be Let Freedom Ring, Kemah style. Staging for the parade will begin at 10 a.m. this year. I think that's slightly different from years past, and the parade will start at 11 a.m. But you can keep checking the website and social media. They will continue posting more information about the parade as we move forward. Next on the agenda is council member comments. Councilman Thornton, would you like to start?
Yes. And please indulge me for my first meeting. I'll be a little bit lengthy. But first, I want to give honor to God and thanks to the voters of Kemah. I wouldn't be here without you, and I take it very seriously representing you. And you can get in touch with me anytime, and I'll be putting out that information on how I can be contacted. And as for my fellow council member, I want to just give a few words. You might be working with incomplete information about yourself, about others, and about the community around you. It could be something small, like a habit that isn't working, or something bigger, like a belief that you have had for a long time. So ask yourself, and I ask myself as well, am I open to learning something new? Because growth doesn't require a classroom or a degree. It requires a willingness to listen and to take that step forward when the time comes. So I invite you to take that step with me and to listen to the voters. Thank you very much. And again, I'm here to serve the citizens of Kemah.
Councilman Oliver?
I'd just like to welcome Councilwoman Thorne and Councilman Rourke. Welcome to City Council. Looking forward to working with everybody. I know staff is as well. Thank you for volunteering your time and your efforts to the residents and everybody that calls Kemah home and visits. Other than that, I think that's all I got this week. Thank you, Public Works. Good job, Rashard. Keep it up. We have a lot of mowing to do when the rain's done.
Yeah, really. And Councilman Rourke?
I just want to say thank you to the people and the voters of Kemah. I believe in the idea of transparency, and I always will. I also want to say that I'm going to make this as short as possible because I've been told a lot of times that I talk too much. But I just want to say thank you again, and I'll do the best I can.
Well, thank you. Next is the city administrator's report. Caesar, can you hear me? Maybe.
Ma'am, I can hear you. Nothing to report outside of the staff report early.
Okay. Next on the agenda is reports from staff. There's quite lengthy a list of them. If do any of the council have questions or comments about the staff report?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
On 9H on the city secretary's report, I would ask that the information on the public information requests. Some of those totals are, items are blacked out. And I ran on transparency, and I would like those numbers put in. If we have an issue, it should be addressed and not put behind a blackout, because this mark does not state what the public information request. It's simply a tally, and a tally should be public information.
Could you please clarify, are you referring to the black marks on this?
Yes, and then.
Oh,
there's
it's,
one more
it's,
thing.
it's just spaces.
No,
That's all it is.
No, if you go to the next one, or back, right there.
It's just for spacing purposes. It's, the report is listed here.
Okay, so you're saying that it does still have the totals?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments on staff report?
I got one for 9F for Ms. Nola for the STR report. Can you, I don't know if everybody knows what this is. I know this is a project that I put on your plate. I apologize then, I'll apologize again. Before the next meeting, can you send out the detailed list of STRs that are in the software that it identified, just so the new council members and anybody else that hasn't read it when you send it to me? One, to know how many STRs we have in town, and, you know, we can keep kind of track of compliance of who's playing by the rules, because that was the whole point of the exercise, was get the people not in compliance and
Yes, sir.
doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And also to pay for this program through hot taxes collected from them. So we need to be able to prove that we're actually doing that.
Okay, yeah, I'll change the report for next time.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Noel. I went and met with her and Jerry about that program the other day, and what was it, only about 5 or 6 that hadn't paid?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're close to being in compliance. Okay, any other questions or comments?
I just put, and I can do this offline, but for instance, on the PIR, it does not list on that line, for instance, the total and the number completed. And that would tell me, it does list just a total amount. For instance, it says 387 for 2026. But I believe, if I'm reading the columns correctly, that would show me the total and then what's completed. So it's going to show me what's still open,
Oh,
percentage wise.
I can absolutely add that on there.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's not a problem. Yeah, I can do that.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, we will move along then. Consent agenda, 10A and 10B, clean up signers on the Texas bank accounts for the city, and to approve the minutes of the 5/6/26 city council regular meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion by Councilman Dustin Oliver and a second by Councilman Rob Rourke. All those in favor? All those opposed?
Opposed, I wanted to remove an item, and
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm probably not familiar with the proper way to do so.
I'd
I'd like to remove the signers, so I'd like to remove 10A.
Well, let's
Okay.
vote no, and then we can,
yeah, let's,
Okay.
so
okay,
opposed.
okay, so that vote fails for lack of positive votes. Councilman Thorne wants to pull off 10A, so
Just motion.
do we have a motion to approve 10B?
Yes, motion to approve 10B
And remove 10A.
Okay,
and to remove 10A.
Second.
from the consent agenda.
we have a motion by Councilman Thorne to remove 10A and to approve 10B. And we have a second by Councilman Dustin Oliver. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. We will go back to 10A. This is clean up the signers on the Texas First bank accounts for the city.
On the research that I did on it, I would ask that we not go the extreme on the pendulum. I do believe that we do want to have a small amount of people signing, but I also believe that they not only look at the number of signers, but the concentration of signers. So I'm making a motion that Lee Wallace not be removed, because that gives you a backup, and that's the only one. Feel free to remove the other, but just Lee Wallace not be removed, so you have a backup councilman. Whether that person signs or not, you still have a backup.
Well, prior to making a motion, are there any other comments with regard to the 10A? And just for context, the bank contacted us to make the list smaller, and they're basing that on best practices, and that was their recommendation. Any other comments or considerations?
Not gonna hurt my feelings. Sorry, can't sign your checks anymore.
So,
You can still approve the invoices.
so Councilman Thorne, would you like to restate your motion?
Okay, I would ask that the motion as presented, that all of the signers be removed with the exception of Lee Wallace.
Do we have a second? We have a second. All those in favor? Those opposed? Dustin?
Oh, I'm good with it.
Okay, all right. Motion
Someone say no,
carries
Darcy.
unanimously. So the, all would be removed with the exception of Councilman Wallace.
The removals, what she's talking about.
okay.
I know
I
he's
was like-
looking at, no, just the
So that'd be
removals.
four.
Right. so
Yes, it would be four of us.
Yes,
The four that were listed and
they stay
Councilman
on
Wallace.
this, but then just,
Okay.
thank you.
Number 11A, consideration of possible action to approve Resolution 2026-23. This is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Kemah, Texas, authorizing the submission of an application to the United States Department of Transportation for funding under the Safe Streets and Roads for all SS4A planning and demonstration grant programs. Caesar can speak to this. This is a grant we applied for last year. We went pretty broad in our scope last year, and after he followed up with the grant writers, they suggested that we, when and if we reapply, that we narrow it down a bit, and I believe that is his plan with this grant. Caesar, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can. That is exactly right. We narrowed the scope. This is a planning grant for design purposes to make our lighthouse district and walkable corridors more walkable and more connected to the rest of the city. As we know, the completion of the construction of 146 has caused there to be a little bit more of a disconnect. And we're trying to make sure that that's going to fit the city from both sides.
Any questions or comments for Caesar? Do I have a motion to, on the floor for 11A?
Make a motion to approve Resolution 2026-23.
Do we have a second?
I second.
So we have a motion by Councilman Dustin Oliver, a second by Councilman Shelley Thorne. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. We do not have an executive closed session tonight, and unless anyone has a comment or a question, I will adjourn the meeting at 4:21.
Way to go, team.
Way to go. We be done. Huh? No, hold on. Oh. Well, I didn't see the place either. I went all the way to the back.